Hey gardening friends, it's Lisa Ann Spencer, and it's December 2nd, and I thought I would do a brief garden tour. I don't know what struck me to do it, but don't know if you can see, it's snowing. You can see a little bit of the unmelted snow from, when did it snow? I can't even remember, a couple of days ago. So we did have a really hard freeze. So everything finally kind of like gave up the ghost. You can see now that the flowers are completely dead. You can also see, look at all my greens. It is 28 degrees right now, by the way. Some of these things, like look, the spinach is holding its own. I could still come out here and harvest some. The kale was really weighed down, but you can see that the centers are still good. They hold up to the cold temperatures. That's the cauliflower that never did anything. So, I mean, you can eat those leaves, but I'll feed them to the chickens. The romaine lettuce, it's called Winter Density, and it is holding up very well. It got down to 18, I think, last night. Marigolds, dead, froze to death. I harvested all of my cabbages, so I either made kraut or they're in the refrigerator. And you know, they keep forever. The carrot tops are bent down. I think I'm going to try to dig the rest of those up. We're supposed to get a thaw in about 7 to 10 days. The basil is dead. Yeah, that's what 18 degrees does. The Swiss chard did not handle the freeze. Look at that. I was able to harvest more, and I still have some in the refrigerator. I'll take you and show you my harvest in the fridge in the barn. There's a cabbage that got left. I think it froze solid. The parsley, it's pretty beat down, but still alive. My snow peas did super well. We harvested quite a bit. There's still a lot on there. And I'm going to tell on my friend here, she harvested like on Thanksgiving Day or the day after, and she missed a lot. So like that, it's flaccid now because it froze. You can still eat it. And it's very sweet, but it's kind of lacking something in texture because of being frozen. So I can see my dahlia is dead. The parsley is still alive. The daisies died. I never transplanted it, so I think I'm just going to haul this pot into my barn. I'm sure the roots are fine, and the swamp hibiscus is dead. I had to drain my rain barrel so that it wouldn't burst, so it's empty. The peppers and the eggplant are dead. I cut most of my okra off and brought them into the barn to dry to save seeds. So let's pop in there for a minute. It's going to be dark in here. Look on the lights. I've not done any work. Brought my citrus in and my, what is this? Look, there's a tomato growing. Potato, celery, and some sweet potato. There may actually be some sweet potatoes in there. Okra, I just threw them in here. I'll get to them when I get to them. There's my little heater. Is it running right now? No, it's actually off. I've got it set to about 40 degrees. And here's my other plants that I brought in. Oh, look, a green tomato. Maybe I can have a tomato on Christmas. My black raspberry canes, they're alive. Parsley, celery. Okay, here's what's happening in the refrigerator. Ooh, so there's like 2, 7, 8, 9 cabbages. This is Swiss chard in the bag. Looking good. This is carrots. See them? This is beets. I keep beets in sawdust, so they're buried in there, still in very good condition. This is an excellent way to store beets, by the way. This is more Swiss chard and several things of kale. So those will last. Oh yeah, and there's a bag of spinach, still looking very fresh and good. Those have been there already a couple of weeks, but they're keeping very well. Very thankful to have this refrigerator in my barn. Uh-oh. Hey, carrots, go back in there. Whoop, the plastic came off. I'll have to redo that. These carrots are for us to eat, not for the bunnies. My beekeeping equipment is over here. I've been trying to get it organized so that I'll be ready to go in the spring. Oh yeah, here's my seed saving table. I've got some gourds and pumpkins and squash. Some I grew. The bright orange pumpkins I bought for the party that we were having. There's my cowpeas, basil, Martin peas. This is sorghum. It came from the bird feeder. Carrots. This is the black sunflower seeds, and then this is the gray striped sunflower seeds. I winnowed my corn. I have a little bit over here left over, but I winnowed my corn. I didn't have very much at all. There's a pitiful little red, a semi-pitiful yellow, and then I had the black. I harvested all of the black. Let's see, I think I saved some seeds. I know I did. Seeds everywhere. Yep, black Aztec. So I have is that a pint? Yep, there is. And I ground it up and made cornbread stuffing for our Thanksgiving celebration. And here's my pack, black Aztec. That corn did okay. None of my corn did well. Because the turkeys kept flying in and pulling up my sprouted plants. But I did have enough to do Thanksgiving, which was fun. All right, turn the lights off and let's go over to the green garden. Before we go in there, let me show you, we winterized Bunny. So there she is. She's in there enjoying her food, but you see we piled all these leaves all around so no draft could get in under. And she has a heating blanket, stays about 60 degrees under her, what would you call it, her cubby hole. And then there's a blanket and tarps. My daughter made a tarp out of all the feed bags. So I'm going to slip in here and let you see that. So see, she taped it together with Gorilla Tape, and she put grommets in it around the edges and lashed it to make a windbreak. Most of the girls have already gone to bed, and the boys, you can see the red glow of the heat lamp. A few of them sleep in the nest boxes, which they ought not to do. We've been having to come out here in the mornings and defrost the water. Let's go. In the first morning that it snowed and I let them out, they all stopped right here at the door and did not go. I had to actually boot some of them out. We have a little pool of water here that freezes, and it's very muddy. So whenever it thaws, we're going to clean that out and put them some new. I never strawed my strawberries. So hopefully this weekend, there's actually an asparagus or two growing there. But my strawberries, the chickens did get under the tunnel, but I'll still have a few for the spring. And I did get over here and till while the chickens were still in here, which was funny because they followed me around with the tiller, you know, getting the bugs and having a good time. Look, hello, this is our old girl. That's Pearl. We've had her like 3 years. Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, there's the green garden. We can just go this way. But I was saying, I think I did not it was too late to sow a row cover. So mostly I wanted to till that spot so that the thawing and freezing that happens all winter long would break the soil open and make it easier to work in the spring. All right, here's the coal yard. I covered up the collards just barely. I had a half row cover, so it'll just keep the heaviest of the snow and ice off of them. You can see that the mustards are still, you know, holding their own. We could pick those any time and have greens for supper. Over here, this was my prized row of turnips, so I got it completely covered and soil put over the edges so the wind won't blow it. And then on days when it does thaw, I can come out here and open that up and, you know, pull some turnip greens. I got my row of garlic, and you can see some garlics sticking up there out of the leaf mulch here and there. So I got that one covered. And I put my hoops up on this one, but I thought I had 3 row covers, but I didn't. So I've ordered one. This is, what is this? I think this is my other row of turnips. That's the main thing I wanted to save because I like them best. You can see the snow line. That's the north-facing side of the building. So the snow from a couple days ago is still here. And then I have my little row of collards. So I guess I'll be able to do a comparison. Uncovered collards versus covered and see how they do. This is also mustard. I didn't cover either of the mustard rows. And you can see that the freeze has been pretty hard on this one. Not sure when it thaws if they're just going to faint, you know, and not be any good. They may just dissolve. Still got a few spinaches and Swiss chard here that were just pitiful, mostly weeds. But I could pick some for a salad, and then my other row of garlic is completely covered in leaf mulch. My hand is freezing. I'm going to go back the way I came. So I'm going to turn the camera around so that I can just say hello. Okay, you can see I'm all bundled up, and my other hand is freezing. So I had to switch hands and put it in my pocket, and you can see the gray skies. I think the snow is just about stopped. It's supposed to start warming up, but it's not going to be above freezing for a couple of days. But then it's going to creep back on up, and even if the weatherman is right, I was so rudely interrupted by one of my alarms. I'm trying to close the gate here. what was I saying? If the weatherman is correct, and we know that often he is not, weatherman, woman, whether or not, he'll be right. That's up for grabs. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go back out through the coop. It's going to go dark for a minute. I was talking about something and my alarm threw me off. Whoop, I'm going into the coop. It is really warm in here compared to just outside. So I know that the chickens are very comfortable in there even when it gets super cold. I'm going to latch that back. All right, so anyway, I don't guess there's anything else that I have to show you. The chickens continue to lay eggs, which is good. And so, you know, we're still producing around here just a little bit. We got a fire going in the fireplace right now, and it is almost supper time. So, oh yeah, I know what I wanted to say. So the name of my business, I do sell at market, and I'm offering some shares, CSA shares in my garden for the next season. And the name of my business is called Grandiose Gardens. So I am going to create a playlist on YouTube for my gardening videos from here on out. Those of you who've been with me for a long time, you know I had my organic Macon, Georgia garden, my organic Kentucky garden. So this time I'm going to have Grandiose Heirlooms. And anyway, if I get that done, by the time I get this video posted, I will put a link to the playlist. Oh, my dog wants to play. She's frisky because it is... Where are you, Ivory? There you are. Hey girl. Yeah, she's been being so bad. I had to put an electric fence around the entire perimeter of the backyard because she's been escaping. The kids put up some Christmas lights on the porch. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you enjoy the video. Drop me a comment. Tell me what you're doing. If you've got a garden and it's still going, that would be pretty amazing. So, you know, tell me about it. All right, I doubt I'll be back until spring unless something really exciting happens. So, see you next year.